The year was 1986, and in Kansas City, a fledgling bioethics center was beginning to make its mark. With support from the center, hospital ethics committees were being formed throughout the region. Doctors, nurses, attorneys, social workers, hospital executives, and families were starting to talk about the difficult choices presented by advancing medical technology. Eventually, ethics committee members found the need to study issues that transcended any one hospital. Thus was born the Kansas City Regional Hospital Ethics Committee Consortium, now the oldest such network in the nation.
You're sitting in a room with a lot of intelligent people and a lot of new ideas. We were using language that I've never heard before, and this ethics language. So I was learning this ethics language and then getting into stuff called ethical decision-making, which was something entirely new in the medical field for me. So it was very exciting.
The years I spent with Humana and then Overland Park, it was clear that the consortium gave our committee a better ability to help people work their way through problems, because not only from the guidelines, but also just the training that was provided for ethics committee members to help them understand their role and to better perform that role.
They taught us to look at things like autonomy and justice and maleficence and so on, and to maybe step away from your preconceived ideas and look at an issue with that foundation, those ethical principles.
The center is able to talk to you in a way that respects your value system. I like that about the center. The center does not lean one way or the other. It respects those who come from a faith-based background and those who don't. And that's important when you're dealing with folks, is understanding exactly where they're coming from.
The consortium has tackled the tough issues in healthcare, always with the intent of doing the right and good thing to preserve and enhance human dignity. It is important to note that ethics committees do not make decisions. Committee members provide perspective, support, and counseling to allow families and medical professionals to make their own decisions with confidence and peace of mind that they've made the best decisions possible. This approach has produced an impact far beyond Kansas City.
In the early 90s, the Patient Self-Determination Act had been written, and it didn't mention children. So the center convened a group to look at ethical issues related to a child's decision-making about their own healthcare treatment. The American Academy of Pediatrics adopted this framework or these principles and published it in their magazine, Pediatrics. We were thrilled mainly because then so many more children would be affected.
The Kansas City Regional Hospital Ethics Committee Consortium continues to play a critical role, a role few envisioned 20 years ago. In fact, some said it could not be done in such a fiercely competitive medical marketplace. But the center's model provides a safe place for discussion of difficult issues through civil discourse and the desire to seek common ground.
I think there's a romance about this whole thing of getting all of the hospitals together and not competing with one another and actually sharing ideas. And there's something about that is fun. And when you walked into the room, you got the feeling that everything was open and you're all working on the same team, which is not the way we work in healthcare right now. There's a lot of competition, but this was one area where you put your competition at the door and left it there.
Today, after 2 decades of unremitting effort, the consortium is a resource for guidance on the tough questions facing families and medical professionals across the country. The next 20 years will bring more challenges, as medicine and science will continue to provide us with extraordinary choices.
We all want to share in the benefits and the new discoveries in healthcare, but no one wants to share in the scarcity of resources. If I'm right about rationing being a big issue, I think they would first go to the public and discuss that, and the center should be part of that, those public discussions, and to provide a framework for those discussions.
Clearly, people only go to court when they can't find an easy answer to their question. And a lot of times, the problem is simply a problem of communication. And when people sit down in an ethics committee kind of setting and really openly communicate about the problem, they oftentimes can find solutions.
The center is going to be very important for a lot of these issues, making sure that all sides are heard, that every view is respected, and that resources are respected. I don't think that the center will become obsolete.
Aging baby boomers, genetic research, global pandemics, the future will test our society in ways we cannot imagine. The Center for Practical Bioethics and the Kansas City Regional Hospital Ethics Committee Consortium will continue working to find common ground and real-world solutions to the complex issues in health and healthcare that will challenge us all.